No, there's another big rock. I don't think anyone's been there.
It's tough digging. I'm just going to stay with it. I know over here it's looking deep, so I probably only got a little bit more to go.
Yeah, you're getting close.
I look for, I would say I look for flood bowl. Come look at the river when it's at its highest point. And once again, I look to where it's getting caught. Where's it getting hung it up. There's a big boulder there. When people say go behind the boulder, I go in front of the boulder. I find 10 times more gold in this river in front of the boulders than I do behind it. But in the same token, it lives true that you still have to get to the bottom of the river. Whether it's clay, bedrock, you know, every river's different. You got to read your rivers, but you still have to get to down to the bottom. If you're going to find your good gold's on the bottom, just like any book says. And that's truth.
Oh.
How cool. I had a little bit of fine.
All right, let's check the box.
Yeah, I know it's going to be hard to see, but it has a lot of finer stuff.
Oh yeah, you got a little piece right in there?
It's in there, and there, you got some all up in here.
Oh yeah, look at it all.
So there's definitely fine stuff in it, and that gets caught all down in the matting down in here.
Wow, that mat catches some real fine stuff, huh?
Yeah, it does pretty good.
Not bad, not bad.
I get a lot of fines. I'd say I got more fines than I do nugget weight this year.
Really, dude?
It's definitely, I'm on gold. You just gotta hope to get some decent ones.
Where do you find most of it? Right behind the first riffle, or up on the mat, or just general?
Some of the bigger, we'll call it bigger small pickers, are usually all up top. They more or less stay.
They just stay right.
Yeah, they don't go too far.
Yeah.
Some of my bigger.
Do they go in the corner?
Bigger ones. Sometimes yeah. I get a lot of little hunkies out of them. They're not huge, but a lot of little hunkies. And then as I go along, you know, whatever
so that
I see.
expanded metal kind of helps.
Oh yeah.
Helps keep them stick right there.
Yeah. Well, they're almost like little riffles too. When it's clean, every time one is like a little mini riffle, like this. So if you look at them, they slope. So it gets a vortex and then knocks it down into the other mat. A lot of reds. All this, like behind both of these, it's all red.
It's all garnets, right?
Yeah.
Small little garnets.
Yeah, the pyrites, the garnets. As long as you're, getting those reds, that's your pay. You know, when you're in the reds, if it's garnet or anything else, that's you're down to close to the bottom.
Yeah, you're almost on clay.
You'll start seeing the lead sinkers and all that stuff. This is a Keene. Everything's stock in Keene. I modified this one metal piece in here to get around these bolts. They had it back further, and I didn't like it. And then this black mat wasn't fastened, so I put this the way I did, bent it down to hold that matting. Still found that I was getting material underneath, so I ended up gluing it in. This is a miracle mat, they call it. It's a couple of a large V-groove mats, and then a larger riffle, and then the V again and a riffle. It's not real complicated like the hog matting, but this is really only for early detection.
Yeah.
It's not really.
It's not meant to really catch the gold.
Then underneath that, once you get that up, I have the wire here, which only goes to about this far. Then I have the blue Nomad matting underneath. Once again, that only goes this far. Underneath that is this green matting that I have here. The green matting actually has riffles in it, little riffles in it to catch the fine gold, and that goes. You can actually see it up in here, the green matting underneath the.
So you have the green matting the whole length of the blocks,
right? The whole length all the way down.
Green carpet.
That green carpet. I mean, I get little pieces of gold stuck in there sometimes. I can't get them out. I pound it on. I'm trying to pick it out with my tweezers, you know, and that just grabs it. It really does. So, and this is probably one of the most important things on it. This is, once again, it's like a crash plate. You put this down, and material comes in and hits this, and it gets knocked down. It gets knocked down into this. This is a Briggs & Stratton 550. That's 160. And then 1.5 out. This goes around. This is, of course, your suction. You have a check valve on the end. Make sure that the end of your hose is deep enough down in the water, because if it's not deep enough down in the water, the check valve can't work. There's a check valve in there. It needs pressure to press the check valve closed. It's only a little rubber thing.
Like a little rubber flapper, right?
Yeah, it's a little rubber flapper. It's going like this the whole time, and every time it goes like that, all air bubbles get inside your thing. One air bubble, boom, you lose prime. Just make sure you got a lot of pitch on your intake, and always downstream.
And that's the business end right there, right?
That's it. That's the suction nozzle. 3 inch, the 1.5 inch intake. I use the lay flat hoses because it gives me more distance away from the motor. I can set the motor on the bank, and I can go 20 feet out into the water. And plus, if I get it in the water like this, I got such a big range where I can go. This nozzle, I got this year. Kind of neat. Has the ring on the end to stop any bigger rocks from going in and getting clogged inside. I'm happy. I'm very happy because I get way less clogs with this than I used to when I had the one that just kind of tilted in at the end. I don't have all the gold I've ever found. This is actually our biggest.
Wow, look at that thing. Do you know how much that one weighs?
It's 1.6 actually, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Was that the first big one you ever got?
That was because the other one, which was actually we had 3 1-grammers. Because this one was
they were all over.
This one was like 1.4. Another nice round. That one's thicker. Yeah,
that's
got some hunk to it.
It's got some girth to it.
Then there's this that I found at the end of last season. They actually we named this one Dolphin Nugget. It looks like a dolphin.
Oh yeah. It's like a bottlenose dolphin.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Now those are just some of the biggest we found last year.
Nice.
And all of that was last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was all last year?
Yeah.
Wow, you had a great year.
Yeah, only, like we said, a smidge under 3/4 of an ounce we did last year.
That's crazy.
All this year.
That's all from this year.
Yeah.
Wow. So you say you're already about 8 grams already?
It was 8.2.
It was 8.23,
Mm.
and that wasn't including what's in that green pan
And
now.
then plus the stuff in your pan,
Yeah, that's a gold cube run.
Nice.
3 days.
So it's 3 days of
But today
concentrates.
I didn't. I tell you, I didn't really find hardly anything.
Yeah,
So
you just
really,
got
it's-
in
yeah,
and just got
that's
settled in, right?
That's 2 days.
That's
Well,
2 days, yeah.
no, I was working in that waterfalls, and what you're hoping for in there is hunky stuff. You're not going to have fines in the middle of the waterfall. You're just not going to. You're not going to have those pile-ups like that.
I hope I can see it, but you said you had a piece of
Oh, the one with quartz?
Yeah,
We
quartz.
see if I
Oh,
can
that
find
thing
it.
is beautiful.
Pull that out.
That's
And you know who picked that from his vial or his
I think I told
sluice?
him.
Linda Royer.
Did she really?
Yep, she's the one that picked it out of his sluice for him.
I was like, Linda, come here. There's something in my sluice here. What is that?
Yep, that's it.
And it's nice with white quartz too. I'm telling you that.
So that's your original sluice right
That
there,
is his
This was the
original
original sluice
from the 2-inch dredge.
So what I did was, I always found in this river, with my sluice setup that I showed you today,
Yeah.
I get my bigger stuff when I'm running a little steeper,
Okay.
and so I get more fines when I'm running a little shallower. And I was always playing with it, constantly, all day long. I'll go up a little bit, or it looks like too much. I go back down a little bit, and it just got annoying. So then I got the idea to make this. What I did was
So you
this was
flared
a
it out,
10-inch, and that's a 12-inch. So there was a little bit of a difference in the width. So I flared these ends out like so, drilled 2 holes, put these bolts in, and then what do? I take mine now, and I drilled 2 little holes on the bottom here. So theoretically, turn this around, this fits on there.
So you just slide
Like
it right
that. All right, so that gets clipped on.
in. So that enables you to run this one a little steeper, catch a big gold,
That's it.
and then
I run this one a little
run that one to
flatter,
catch your fines.
and I
Yeah.
got the original punch plate from it, and this actually sticks perfectly underneath the last riffle. It snaps right in there, and then then it
Catches
goes over here.
All the
and,
very
you know,
fine
and
gold. Huh?
knocks all my small stuff. This is a deep V groove matting, and then this is the hog matting.
That's the hog matting.
I
Huh?
bought one 3-foot section and put the three sections in. And
How do you
I'll
like the
tell
hog mat?
I'm getting a lot of really nice fine gold.
Fine stuff. Yeah.
Like I'm talking
Flower gold.
flower gold.
Yeah.
And then one time I found 3 flakes in it, decent ones, and then one time I found 1 decent flake in it, and that was only doing some testing on it. I've only used it about 4 times now, but like I said, it's the if factor. So then what we did is last year we got together with Tom Sager, and we used his gold cube. And
That was it. We were just sold.
You're hooked from there. Huh?
we did once I classified it down. You had to
the-
classify it down to the 1/8-inch screen, and I classified down to about, it was 3 full 5-gallon pails, and classified down to about 3/4 of a 5-gallon pail. And you go through that in the gold cube in less than 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
That really cuts it out.
In those couple of pails, we ended up with about 5 grams.
At least. There was a lot of gold in there.
In that gold
A
cube.
lot.
Oh, man, that was
yeah,
a sight
there
to
was
see.
A lot of gold in there.
And we were hook,
And,
line, and sinker at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I said, I ain't going another year without getting one.
Yeah.
I just ain't.
So we sold a bunch of gold on eBay.
Do you like pay dirt? Is that what you
No,
guys do?
I never really did.
He does a lot of specimens.
Specimens is
Yeah.
my special.
That's what you like, yeah.
And he does
I
very
love
well.
them. I love them. I present them well. I got 100% feedback on everything that I do. Got over, well over 1,000 sales. I've always had a passion for it, deep down inside. I was always a rock hound. Since I was a little kid, I'd walk the stone walls and find fossils, and always bring the fossils home and all that kind of did everything. And I actually used to sell them to a guy in Sugarloaf, New York. One day I was working in Kingston
The prison job.
on the prison, and this guy started talking a little about gold panning. You should try it. And I was like, I'd love to try it. He says, well, I'll bring in a gold pan. And he says, go try it. So he gave me a gold pan, and I just started hitting some streams around in my area in New York. And
Was that up in
stuff,
the
and-
Catskills, right?
Yep. And
Yeah.
I didn't know like anything. I didn't know I was as green as that grass is green. And but then we started researching. We went online.
Skip does a lot of researching
And-
still to this day.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
I researched and started learning a little bit about the techniques and the wheres and the whens, where to go and all that kind of stuff. And our first trip was actually to Vermont.
Yeah.
We went up to Jamaica. We went there, and I went underneath this big rock, and I started digging, and I told the kids, go get Jen. You remember that?
I do remember. Yep.
So the kids ran over, and they got Jen and brought her down, and I said, look at this.
You found some your first try?
It was covered.
Oh, man.
Actually, that's not the first gold we got.
No.
Virginia was the
No,
first. Oh.
you're not remembering.
Oh, okay, then maybe I don't.
I looked in the pan, it was covered with pyrite.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
I got you.
Okay, you're
Then we're
right.
starting to look up, okay, how do we know whether it's gold or not? Blah, 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 blah. And then the main thing that I used since the beginning, and it was an old timer somewhere along the line I read, was reading about, and he said, take a penknife. Take a penknife, and you stick it, even to the littlest flake. Stick it. Breaks, it's not gold.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that simple. And it really is.
Hey, that works.
And
It
you know,
does
I like
work.
that
Yeah.
$1 for every time I stuck that penknife in, and it just stuck to the end of the penknife. You know, it would just stick right there.
That's awesome.
But so then we were, really got our gander up, And
We gotta find gold.
Oh, yeah.
So we went online and we found out that really the first gold rush was down south, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So we found this, went online and found this campsite on the Rappahannock River, and we went down, and sure enough, we only had pans
Just
and a
panning,
shovel.
huh?
Yep,
A little
that's all we
pan
had.
and a little shovel. I think we only went down for a couple of days.
Yeah, we
at
were
that
only there
time.
for like the weekend, I think.
And then she actually found the first piece, and it was underneath this big boulder that was right behind the campground, and it was teeny. It was microscopic.
Flour.
I
Little
mean,
fly
it
poop.
was teeny, but it was gold.
Yeah.
I tried to smush it with the knife and everything else, and it was gold. And once again, gold. When you see it, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, now.
Yeah.
know.
So we took it. We didn't even have vials.
Oh,
No,
really?
we had nothing.
So we got it out of there, and we put it in.
Just holding it with your hand.
Well, we put
No,
it in the cellophane off of a cigarette pack, and we put it in there, rolled it up, and put it in our pack, and we were all happy. We were able to go home now because we found gold, Got home, tried to open the foil, couldn't even find it. That's how small it was.
It was
Oh,
gone.
jeez.
gone.
It was gone. We couldn't
It was
even
gone?
find
So
We
upset.
shook it out and everything. We
Oh,
literally
jeez.
could not find it.
Oh, man.
That's how teeny it was.
Oh, man.
But we still found our
Yes,
first flake of
that
gold.
was our first flake.
And then that encouraged us to go back down there.
Yep.
And we went back down again, and under some boulders in the second river, I found some gold. And it was on our last day, too. It
Yeah.
started hitting gold, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to stay,
That's cool.
So then I said, okay, more research, blah, blah. And
That's when we found Gaysville,
we started
right?
talking about dredging. I went on eBay, and I found this old jalopy Keene Dredge on there for
One of those backpack ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
for $250.
That's
With
a
the tire
bargain.
with
Yeah,
the tire
so-
tube.
Yep, yep,
That you
yep.
put it on. Yep, that's exactly what
With
it
a
was.
motor and everything?
Yes, the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Jeez,
200
that's a
bucks.
bargain.
Everything, Sluice motor, the whole,
Wow.
a whole full dredge, backpack dredge.
So you went from a pan to a dredge?
And,
Yep,
yeah.
instantly.
Jeez.
We skipped the sluicing.
Yeah, I guess you did, huh?
Yeah, we never sluiced.
Wow, never sluiced,
did really. Yeah, so I met this guy in Pennsylvania, and
Yeah, we met him and bought the dredge.
and bought the dredge. I didn't know anything about prime and this and that or anything like that, So I killed myself
Oh, he
trying
went
to get
crazy.
this thing to prime, and then I did get it a couple times here and there with a lot of aggravation and
A lot of
hours,
cussing and swearing.
hours spent.
Yeah.
Until I actually called Keene and found out that there was a thing called a check valve on here. The check valve was broke. Wasn't working.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
So
but we didn't even know it was there to do
To-
that.
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
we thought that was a screen
Yeah.
on the end.
That's
so
all
you
we
didn't
thought it
suck
was.
big rocks in.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't know that there was a check valve in there.
Oh, yeah.
We went down to North Carolina.
Yeah, we went to North Carolina with it, Virginia.
And once again, now we only got it running for that
Yeah,
one
it
half
was very
hour.
little.
In
until we
South
got the new
Carolina,
check
we were
valve.
actually in that river behind the Reed mine.
Yes,
the
we
Reed,
were.
The Reed gold mine. We were in a stream right behind there, and I found gold. I actually found gold the one time that we got the damn thing started, but once again, I couldn't get it restarted that day. I only got lucky getting it started, And we found Vermont. We ended up going to Gaysville. is a
White River Valley Campground.
White River Valley Campground in Gaysville. We started panning there because we knew we couldn't dredge or anything there, and it was a hot spot. It was
50 to 100 pieces in a pan.
we would get
Wow.
there,
And that isn't
and that's
digging
just
deep.
filling your
That's just
pan from behind a
a
rock with a little shovel. That's it. Not
There was
digging
a
down
lot
with
of
picks
gold.
and shovels or anything. I'm talking literally just moving like 1 or 2 little rocks and digging underneath a boulder.
Well, that's
Yeah, we
good stuff.
never
Yeah.
ever got to clay.
And I'm telling
Wow.
you,
We're finding a lot of
there were
gold.
times we would get 100 little flakes in
Yeah.
one pan. You know, and I always said
We
to her,
brought all our
"Boy, I'd
friends
love
there."
Boy, I'd love to bring the dredge here. Boy, I'd love to bring the dredge
Yeah.
here. Yeah. Then we found up here.
Yeah, we did find this one. Because he researched where
So-
we can dredge.
By that time,
that
my
was close.
other engine had stopped working, so I ended up getting a new engine. So I got one of those nice new engines with the P90 on it. And then, of course, now the P90 is good for a 2.5. So I upgraded to 2.5.
Yeah, he kept upgrading
There you go.
And
little by
but I
little.
still had it on that tire tube set up, you know,
Yep.
tractor tire and blah,
Hey,
blah,
that's all
blah.
you need.
I'm still using that. We were down there dredging. Next thing you know, officer in blue comes up.
Uh-oh.
Says, "You got a permit for that?"
Uh-oh.
You know, and
And
like,
we're like,
permit?
what permit?
What's a permit?
No, I don't know. I got no permit. He says, "Well," he said, "I'm not going to ticket you or anything like this or anything." He says, "But you need to stop
Get your
Get out of the
equipment out of the
river.
water.
and you can't use that no more."
Uh,
So now we're looking at each other. Now my first
Oh my
dredge had a
gosh.
crash box on it. You know, so it's not like you can use it as a sluice or anything. Unless, well, if you ripped it all apart, you could. But, so it was the start of our trip. It was the first day.
Yeah, it was our first day.
And we had a whole week here.
oh, man.
So it was like, what are we going to do
what are we going to do for
now,
a whole
you know?
week?
So
Yeah.
then we went into the office. I said, "Come on, let's splurge," and we bought an A52 sluice. So now we got the the big flange and a regular sluice. So we sluiced for the rest of the time. We found gold. You know, we were happy. But then, of course, go back online. We looked into it, and I said, "Okay, you can take the A52 sluice. You can take the big Y flare off of it, and then there's an extension that you can put on it, and then a jet log." And that's what we did.
Yep.
But we went 2.5. So that's when we jumped up from the 2 to the 2.5. And I ran that for.
That's when he started finding really good gold. Though,
Yeah.
Is when he went from the 2 to a 2.5. Then he started finding nuggets.
But I
though.
do.
Yeah.
But I do.
That was his first pickup,
Kind
was your
of
2.5.
also contributed to a better sluice.
Learning as well,
box,
too.
Yeah, learning curves
You
and
know?
a better
Setting the
sluice
angles
box.
right.
That old sluice box was real old. It was an old clunker.
We still have it. As a matter
Well,
of fact,
yeah,
it's right here.
That's actually it.
Oh,
That
that's
is
it?
our original
I,
sluice.
Really?
I
Yes.
redid it. I'll show you that in a minute.
Yeah, that's cool.
What we did. So and then that was it. We more or less
Yeah.
started coming
We've
up
been
here
coming here every year.
every year since. We've been coming up here for 9
At
years.
least 9 or 10 years.
9
Wow.
or 10. I
Yeah.
say 10.
I
thought
say
it was
10 too. And we went
Wow.
seasonal last summer. So, and we enjoy it.
I love it up here. I love the camping. I like the people.
We love
it's
meeting new
quiet.
people too.
It's quiet.
Yeah,
And then
this is
besides,
nice here.
there's good gold there.
What's going on? Did you go yet?
Haven't even got started.
Nah, I'm just about ready to hop in.
Find a calm spot down there.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Looks like it was done everywhere but here.
Let's see.
This kind of looks like
Yeah, it looks
tailings a little bit.
Yeah, someone was digging right there. And this was tailing, so no one dug here. They dug right there.
I bet nobody's dug here, you know what?
I don't think so.
This might be a good spot. I was going to go a little closer, but This doesn't look bad right here.
Yeah, it looks like that's been dug. This
Yeah.
has been dug.
But that happened.
Yeah, this pile looks pretty good,
Yeah.
but there's some big rocks.
But then I just saw this.
Yeah, you just got to get through that tailings.
I mean,
Just suck it right through as fast as you can,
yeah.
and then get down to the. How's clay right here? 3 feet?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 feet down there.
Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't been down here since early last year.
Yeah, because you were used to go up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were up there. Maybe I'll start right here. This doesn't look bad, like this little hump.
No, I would say not. I don't think. I've never seen anyone pass this little break, you know?
Yeah. It looks like they did it here. Maybe.
Yeah, most people they're just kind of hanging the. I've seen a lot of high bankers here because it's
Right,
you know it's hard to get a dredge in without killing yourself, you know.
But us guys can do it. Can't we? Here, do me a favor, will you?
Oh yeah. Hold on one sec.
Just grab that thingy there. Thanks.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, so don't forget, we'll have dinner at my house.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna get to it.
All right,
I'll
see you in a while.
See you guys for lunch. Got 3 in a row. 3 dredges in a row. It's pretty cool. Hey everyone, smile. Cool. Look at this. Jeez. This is crazy. It's like a gold rush.
Oh, I know, it's awesome.
So this is day number 3 of my 11-day trip. The last couple days I tried upstream and I didn't do very well at all. So today I'm trying a new approach. I went downstream a couple hundred yards and decided to try a new test hole. So in this spot here, the clay layer was only maybe 3.5 feet deep, so it only took me a couple hours to get down to the clay. So what you see me using right here, this is a water blaster, and it's just a garden hose that's hooked up to my water pump on the dredge, and I'm using like a jet nozzle on the end, and that helps shoot like a high pressurized stream of water right to that hard pack. If you notice there, that hard pack, it's super hard, and that water jet just kind of punches right through it and helps break it up. Also, if you see the clay is real gritty, and when I have gritty clay like that, I also like to use the water blaster. And there's a little picker right there. So yeah, that water blaster, that really helps break up all the gravel in the hard pack and just makes it easier to dredge it all up.
Looks like lunchtime. Good. What's going on? Lunch break.
Yabba dabba doo.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't even see you coming.
Oh yeah, I'm just right down there. Did you hit clay yet? Did you hit the clay yet? No, not yet. No.
You want it?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Play.
Yeah, is he?
You just now hit play.
He just hit it now? Oh, good. I'm on some hard pack now. It's about that deep. I mean, it's hard. I'm using a crowbar to get it. And I go down about that far, and then it's the clay.
Seeing anything in the mat?
No, I didn't get anything yet. I looked quick. I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I don't see anything either.
Which is weird. I think it should be pretty good. I mean, it's really hard packed.
Yeah,
You know?
mine is too.
Yeah.
And I'm getting under some really good rocks, and
Yeah. No, I don't see anything either.
who knows? Maybe we'll get. How'd you do on your clean out last night?
Bad. Maybe
No,
maybe 0.2 of a gram.
really?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Still pulling it here.
Yeah, I've been having bad luck.
We have water.
Go anywhere else with it?
I see.
Yeah, I'm going up to Maine in Tuesday.
Oh,
So I'm here for a week, and then I'm going to Maine for like
you got a couple weeks off?
4 or 5 days. Yeah, I got 11 days off.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I'll do 7 here and then go up to Maine for like 4. So I'm gonna try up at the Swift.
I suppose I got to get back in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's down deep. Yeah.
He's always down.
Did he find anything yet? He always has the best luck of anything, you know.
Yeah, he says no.
It is.
I brought my weight belt up.
Yeah. You down that deep and you wait? Oh, really?
I tend to float like a sucker.
Yeah, I float pretty good. I need to lose a few pounds. I'm glad the water's not up too much. I thought last night with all the rain it would have been bad, but
Pretty fast though.
yeah, it's a little fast. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get out. I thought it was going to be flooded.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not that bad.
Well, it's come down about that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Jeez,
Well, we'll
that's
have to
crazy.
see what we get. So
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dredges right here.
oh, I know. It's
That's
great,
crazy.
isn't it?
That's funny.
Okay, so now I got lunch. I can't sip up my soup.
Yeah. Too much lunch.
That's what it is.
You should see down there. There's like 8 people down there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Down below you?
Yeah.
Is it really?
They're all panning and high bay. There's 2 dredges down there.
Is it? There's 2 dredges
Or there's one at least. I think there was another one that's just coming in now.
on this property?
Yeah.
Really?
The small backpack.
Oh.
They like that one.
That's not a bad little rig. Actually.
Nah, those you can put on your back and
Yeah.
hike, you know.
Yeah.
They're perfect.
You know.
All right, here we go.
All right. All right. See you guys later.
So the one thing I definitely have to have while I'm dredging, and that's music. I can't dredge without music. So for the rest of the day, I worked on this hole, just trying to get as much of that clay layer as I could. So here I am breaking out my crowbar and moving those big rocks out of the way. And throughout the day, I kept checking the box and I didn't see much in there, which was surprising because it was really good hard pack and really good clay layer. And definitely didn't seem like anyone was there. So this is my last check of the box of the day. Let's see what we got in there. And I have never seen that box so empty in my life. Look at that, there's not even a flake in there. Today's day 4 of my trip, and I can tell today's going to be the day I break that losing streak. I'm going to try a new test hole upstream and see what we got. Either way, it's a great day to go dredging. Alright, we're off to a great start. I just scored a brand new mask. Well, new to me. It didn't take long to hit clay, and as soon as I got there, I started picking up little pickers. This is a nice little picker. I think I'll go put it on my new mask. A mask and gold. What else could you ask for? Alright, it's lunchtime. This is what gold dredgers eat for lunch. Steak and coffee, how can you go wrong? This is the worst part about gold dredging. The hole I was dredging started getting a little deep, so I had to go put my weight belt on. This is a little weight belt I made myself. I used just blocks of lead, and I put them inside AR-15 double mag pouches. It's an instant 70 pounds. 72 pounds. Now it's back in the water to get some more gold. Don't dredge too fast or you get a rock jam. Just like this. So this is what I go through about 4 or 5 times a day. And all you gotta do when you find your jam is just lightly tap it a few times, and that usually is enough to send the rocks flying up the hose.
Look what I found in the box.
So here I am back at camp, and I'm going to show you how I do my cleanouts for the day. I like bringing all my concentrates back to camp and doing my cleanup there. I find it a little bit easier. So the first thing I do is just rinse out all my mats real well with the hose. Alright, next is a number 4 screen. Once I have my mats cleaned out real well, I put all the concentrates through a number 4 screen. A number 4 screen just means it has 4 holes per square inch. So that's kind of a big screen, but I just like to get all the big rocks out of my bucket of concentrates and work with that first. So everything that goes through that 1/4 inch screen is going to be minus 1/4 inch, and anything above that screen is going to be plus 1/4 inch. So I'm taking all the plus 1/4 inch concentrates into my gold pan, and I'm going to see if there's any nuggets in it. So this right here is just all plus 1/4 inch material. No nuggets. So I just finished panning out all my plus 1/4 inch. So now the next screen I'm using is a 1/8 screen. So all the minus 1/4 inch I'm dumping on top of that 1/8 screen. So everything that falls through that 1/8 screen is going to be minus 1/8, and everything above that 1/8 screen is going to be plus 1/8. So right here I'm panning through all my plus 1/8 to see if I got any of the small nuggets. So next I'm prepping up the gold cube. And on the gold cube, it's extremely important that you completely saturate that mat, because if you don't, you're going to get a whole bunch of air bubbles in the mat, and when you have air bubbles in it, it's just not going to catch any gold. So it's extremely important that you get that mat all wet, and what I do is I spray a little bit of soap on there and then brush it down, just to make sure I get all those air bubbles out of that mat. So now that mat's completely saturated, there won't be a single air bubble in it. So now I just stack up the cubes and run the pump. I didn't have a 12-volt battery nearby, so I just used this little Honda generator. It has a 12-volt output on it, so sometimes I just use that. So once the gold cube's set up all properly, this thing works amazing. Before I bought the gold cube, I used to have to run all that concentrate through a whole bunch of different classification screens and then pan it all out by hand, and that took forever. It would take hours to do all that. With the gold cube, you just take all your minus 1/8 material and just pretty much dump it right on top. So now when you're done dumping all your material in the gold cube, all you got to do is take each tray off and just rinse them out with a hose. Alright, let's see what we got. So in the first tray here, didn't even make it to the mat, it's in the first dip. That's that little picker I got, and another little picker. So all you got to do now is just clean out the mats and the gold cube. Screen. And now I'm taking all that super concentrate and I'm putting it through a number 30 screen. As you can see on top, there's only maybe like a cup or two of material left. So right there I got the plus 30s. So I have all the plus 30s in the pan, and I'm going to pan that out. Since this pan's super concentrated, there's going to be a ton of black sand in it, so I just grab a magnet and drop it into another pan, and I'll pan that out later. So here we go. This is the gold that I got today. That was plus 30 screen. So the plus 30s are all done, and now it's time to deal with the minus 30s. So in the orange bucket here, this is all the minus 30s. And I'm putting it all into the blue bowl. So in my personal experience, I think the blue bowl works pretty good for anything that's minus 30. So now I'm going to run all that minus 30s. And what I do is I just put all the minus 30s into the blue bowl. You're probably better off if you actually classify this down from like 30 and then 50 and 70 and run them each separately. But where I am, I have a lot of coarse gold in this area, so I'm not really worried about it too much. And this is what I got today. So finally, my last step is to take all that cleaned out gold, and I'm going to put it into a little saucepan here, and I'm going to heat it up over the stove and dry it out and weigh it up. So now that my gold's all dry, I get to put it on the piece of paper and put it on the scale and see what I got. So that little picker I got today was 0.08. So my grand total for the day is 1/4 gram. It looked like it was going to be a lot better than that, but the scale don't lie.